Nowadays all I do is shine, take a breath and ease my mind, and she don't cry no more. She tell me that I get her high, cause the angel's supposed to fly, and I ain't asking why no more. I know I take it if it's mine, I don't stay inside the lines, it ain't 2009 no more. Yeah, I know what's behind that though.
Mac Miller. From his early days as a teenage rapper to his evolution into a critically acclaimed musician, Mac's journey was one of immense talent, creativity, and vulnerability. But behind his music was a struggle that many didn't fully see until it was too late. Malcolm James McCormick, better known as Mac Miller, was born on January 19, 1992 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Growing up in a creative household, Mac was drawn to music from a young age.
Now what you hear is not a test song rapping to the beat. Me, the groom, and my friends are gonna try and move their feet. Now I am one of mine, and I like to say hello.
By 15, he was already rapping under the name Easy Mac, and by 18, he had released his first mixtape, But My Mackin' Ain't Easy. But it was his 2010 mixtape, K.I.D.S, that put Mac on the map. Tracks like Knock Knock and Nike's on My Feet showcase his laid-back flow, witty lyrics, and ability to craft catchy hooks. The mixtape was a hit, and Mac quickly became a symbol of the frat rap era, carefree, fun, and relatable. In 2011, Mac signed with Rostrum Records and released his debut album, Blue Slide Park. The album debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200, making Mac the first independent artist to achieve that feat since 1995. But with success came criticism. Some dismissed Mac as just another white rapper, but those who listened closely could hear the depth and potential in his music. As Mac grew older, so did his music. He began to shed the frat rap label and explore more complex themes. Albums like Watching Movies with the Sound Off and Good AM revealed a darker, more introspective side of Mac. He was grappling with fame, mental health, and substance abuse, themes that would dominate his later work. By the time he released Good AM in 2015, Mac was trying to turn his life around. The album's title was a nod to his attempts to wake up and face his problems head-on. Songs like Perfect Circle and Godspeed were hauntingly prophetic, with Mac rapping, "They don't want me to OD and I have to talk about my sadness." It was as if he could see the path he was on, but felt powerless to change it. In 2016, Mac Miller released The Divine Feminine, his fourth studio album and a bold departure from his earlier work. This wasn't just an album, it was a love letter to life, to women, and to the universe itself. Mac described it as an exploration of the feminine energy of the planet, a concept that went beyond romantic love to encompass connection, vulnerability, and growth. The album was a celebration of love in all its forms, romantic, sensual, and spiritual. It was also a deeply personal project, with Mac opening up about his own experiences and relationships. The album featured standout tracks like Dang with Anderson .Paak, a funky, upbeat ode to lost love.
You leave and I'm left with my hand and my face all red and the face looking at you like, wait, I know I ain't a saint if it ain't too late, well, I can't keep on.
And my favorite part, a tender duet with Ariana Grande that showcased Mac's softer side. The production was lush and soulful, blending elements of jazz, R&B, and funk with contributions from artists like Kendrick Lamar, CeeLo Green, and Thundercat. The Divine Feminine was a critical and commercial success, debuting at #2 on the Billboard 200. Fans and critics alike praised the maturity and creativity, with Pitchfork calling it the most surprising, concise, and accomplished album of his career. But more than that, it was a turning point for Mac, a sign that he was evolving not just as an artist, but as a person. Mac's journey wasn't just about music, it was about finding meaning in the chaos. The Divine Feminine was a testament to his growth, his vulnerability, and his ability to connect with others on a deeper level. It remains a shining example of his artistry and his enduring legacy. In May 2018, Mac's struggles became public in a way he never intended. He was arrested for a DUI after crashing his car into a pole and fleeing the scene. The incident was a wake-up call for Mac, and in the months that followed, he seemed determined to get his life back on track. He spoke openly about sobriety and self-improvement, even as he continued to create music that reflected his inner turmoil.
I had a drug problem, for a long time. It wasn't just in music, but I definitely was going through a drug problem, and I think it was more my state of mind. I was just pretty depressed, as everyone.
Even while successful?
Yeah, I think it started
with success.
Yeah.
While Mac's career was flourishing, behind the scenes he was battling personal demons. Fame, pressure, and the weight of his own expectations began to take a toll. Mac was always open about his struggles with mental health and addiction, but as his music evolved, so did the depth of his pain. In interviews, Mac was candid about his relationship with substances. He once said, "I used to get super high, like every day, I was lost." His 2014 album, Faces, was a raw, unfiltered look into his psyche. Tracks like Happy Birthday and Grand Finale revealed a man grappling with existential dread and the fear of burning out too soon.
It made me more paranoid about all the shit happening, right? So like, I needed to get a drug that was a little more numbing, if you will, and less like in your head. So yeah, I think that's really what sparked me doing other drugs, is because I hate being sober. I wanted a drug to do.
Nah, this is too much though. This is the pure.
No.
It's not that
I'm
shit.
saying that's how it came to.
You're not listening to me.
No, I know.
This is not even the one that you think is it. This is the one that's it. That's really it.
More than activist.
Listen to me. I'm your brother. This right here.
I'll taste it. I'll let you know.
You're gonna miss a couple of shows.
No way. This is perfect.
In August 2018, Mac released Swimming, an album that many consider to be his best work. It was a deeply introspective project, exploring themes of self-care, heartbreak, and the struggles to keep moving forward. Mac described it as an album about going through life, relationships, and just trying to find your way. Tracks like Self-Care in 2009 showcased Mac's growth as an artist and a person. Self-Care was a hauntingly beautiful meditation on his mental health and the importance of taking care of oneself, while 2009 was a nostalgic look back at his journey, with Mac reflecting on his past with a sense of hard-earned wisdom. The production was lush and layered, blending hip-hop, jazz, and soul in a way that felt both timeless and deeply personal. Swimming was a critical triumph, earning Mac some of the best reviews of his career. It debuted at number 3 on the Billboard 200 and was praised for its honesty, creativity, and emotional depth. But more than that, it was a testament to Mac's resilience, a reminder that even in the face of adversity, he was determined to keep swimming. Mac's struggles were a constant undercurrent in his music, but Swimming showed that he was still fighting, still searching for peace. It was an album that resonated deeply with fans, many of whom saw their own struggles reflected in his lyrics. And while Mac's journey was cut short, Swimming remains a powerful reminder of his talent, his vulnerability, and his enduring impact. On September 7th, 2018, Mac Miller passed away from an accidental drug overdose. He was just 26 years old. Mac's death sent shockwaves through the music world. Fans, friends, and fellow artists mourn the loss of a talent gone too soon. But even in his passing, Mac's music continued to inspire. His posthumous albums, Circles, released in 2020, was a critical farewell, a testament to his artistry and his enduring impact. Mac Miller's legacy is one of authenticity and evolution. He wasn't afraid to be vulnerable, to grow, and to challenge himself as an artist. His music touched millions, and his story serves as a reminder of the importance of mental health and the dangers of addiction. Mac once said, "No matter where life takes me, find me with a smile." And while his life was cut short, his music continues to bring joy and comfort to those who listen.
No matter where life